This is my bioevolution final presentation. Let's get into it. So firstly, species that I researched: Australian plague locust or the Leucocytis termiferia. Why I chose the species: I found them to be very interesting as they could switch behaviors very fast from being a very isolated creature to a destructive menace when paired with other locusts. The CCC that I researched was the cause and effect. I picked this cross-cutting concept as a result of it tremendously helped my overall question as a result of it showing the cause and effect of the swarming of the locust on the survival rate of the locust overall, directly helping my question. Overall, the overall question of the evolution project, in which you should be keeping in mind while watching the rest of my presentation, is: how does the swarming of the Australian plague locust affect its species survival rate? So this is a model that I drew of the survival rate and the swarming. So there's two phases. The first phase is the main phase that locusts experience. Australian plague locusts are herbivores. They're very isolated, and they only come together in order to mate with other female locusts in order for them to hatch 30 to 40 eggs in the springtime. The second phase, although this is a very useless first phase, the phase 2, it only occurs once in a while to locusts. It's called the gregarious phase. A neurochemical called serotonin associated with in the human minds and many brains of animals is released in the nerves and the wings of the locust. This neurochemical is triggered when humans experience depression, rage, sadness. Locust hunger and anger become enraged, and they form into small groups, and then those groups all form into a huge swarm targeting crops. This, mixed in with the fact that they can eat their whole body weight in food a day, poses a very, very serious threat to agriculture. Cause, mechanism, effect. The cause is Australian plague locusts are isolated creatures alone in the wild, leading to their inability to gain food and to overall survive from predators. They cannot escape or hide from predators because they have a very disadvantaged physical trait in which they cannot change color dependent on their surroundings like other locusts. Mechanism. Although Australian plague locusts have a neurochemical called serotonin, causes the locust hunger and anger to become enraged, like I said. And like I said about existing in humans' brains with rage, anger, and depression being present, activation occurs and causes them to have in huge swarms, destroying all crops. This helps and enables the locust to be able to eat a lot of food and to scare off any predators as a result of the strength in numbers coming from the swarm. And this is basically directly why they're able to survive due to its change in behavior every once in a while. Why does this behavior lead to natural selection though? Australian plague locusts are very isolated creatures, but over time, the locusts that contain the neurochemical serotonin survive longer. Therefore, the females containing the chemical creating more offspring with the neurochemical in them, if that makes sense. Therefore helping the population survive, and in some cases thrive as a result of just this chemical occurring and existing in the locust. So that is how this behavior leads to natural selection, as they're very useless creatures without this chemical. Thank you.